what could be Arsenal's most important signing of the window. Mikel Arteta side are 6 points clear at the top of the Premier League, and there's more good news today involving Saka. So, Michael, fill us in.
Yeah, big news for Arsenal, and of course, you know, Arsenal have been were very busy in the summer, but it looks like he's Bukayo Saka, of course, Mr. Arsenal, has agreed in principle a new 5-year contract with the club. His deal is up in 2027, and the new contract will run until 2031. This was one of Arsenal's what they wanted to do during the season. We know they've been extremely busy last summer. Let's be honest with you, over the last few years, Mikel Arteta, I mean, he ripped the club up from the start, didn't he? And sort of started again. There was big characters like Mesut Ozil, Aubameyang,
yeah.
You know, they were big names, big mouths. And it's a new Arsenal, but there's many players from the academy back then, and one of them highly regarded, Bukayo Saka, and now one of the leaders.
He was never going to leave, though, was he, Carve?
I think he gives me vibes of like being a one club man. I struggle to see him wearing anyone else's club shirt. He's been at Arsenal since he was 7. But this new contract just shows you how well run Arsenal are now. Because I remember not too long ago, towards the end of Arsene Wenger's time at Arsenal, the problem they had holding on to players as well. You know, they were becoming a bit of a selling club. Players needed to leave to win things. Saliba signed a new contract. Gabriel signed a new contract. They've tied Saka down, even though I think he only signed a new deal about a couple of years ago. I think back in 2023, he was rewarded for his great form, and he's being rewarded again. And one of my colleagues in the Times, Gary Jacobs, says that he will be the best paid player at Arsenal. According to Gary, he's going to be on £300,000 a week.
Not bad. Half as much as Carve Solokol gets with us. All right, let's take a break. Start with Manchester United then. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Michael Carrick, as we know, are in the running to take charge of the club until the end of the season. There's been an update in the last 25 minutes. Carve Solokol.
Yeah, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to have face-to-face talks with the United hierarchy tomorrow. Michael Carrick has already spoken to the United hierarchy. Now, you would assume that when we're talking about face-to-face talks, it's effectively an interview with people like Jason Wilcox, Omar Barada, who are in charge of running the club under Jim Ratcliffe. I've got to be honest with you, Mike. I mean, I can't quite get my head around this because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was sacked by Manchester United.
Paid off, broken man. Now they want him back.
He was sacked by Manchester United just over 4 years ago. I remember his final game, United lost 4-1 against Watford. Previously, they lost to Man City. A few games before that, they lost 5-0 to Liverpool. They were 7th in the Premier League. And they are going potentially back to him. And the other person they've spoken to is Michael Carrick, the person who took over from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as the interim manager 4 years ago. Now, Michael Carrick, brilliant player. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, brilliant player. But you look at their managerial record and you have to ask, what have they done that is going to be an improvement on Ruben Amorim? What have they done? Because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, his last job was at Besiktas. He was sacked in the summer after they were knocked out of the Europa League playoffs, and then they were knocked out of the Europa Conference League playoffs by Lausanne, the Swiss club that's also owned by Ineos. And Michael Carrick, incredible player though he was, you look at his record at Middlesbrough, he failed to win promotion with Middlesbrough. Last season, they finished 10th. He was sacked 3 or 4 weeks after the end of the season when they held a review. So, for the life of me, I cannot understand, even though both these players were exceptional players for Manchester United, what they have done to be in the running to take over as the manager of the club until the end of the season.
All right, Michael, let's talk Ineos then. They've had a number of important decisions to make. Have they got any right?
Bukayo Saka commits his future to Arsenal with new 5-year contract. Bukayo Saka, the young English winger, has officially signed a new 5-year deal with Arsenal, solidifying his commitment to the club. This news explores Saka's journey, his impact on the team, and the significance of this contract extension for both the player and the club. In a significant development for Arsenal Football Club, rising star Bukayo Saka has finalized a new 5-year contract, securing his place at the Emirates Stadium through 2031. The news is met with excitement and optimism, not only among fans, but also within the club, as it aims to build a competitive squad for the future. Saka's journey from youth academy prospect to integral first-team player exemplifies the club's long-term vision. A star in the making. Bukayo Saka joined Arsenal's youth academy at the tender age of 7, demonstrating his potential early on. As a product of the club's renowned youth system, he has evolved into one of the most promising talents in European football. His breakthrough into the senior team came during the 2019-2020 season when injuries to key players opened the door for his first-team debut. Since then, he has become a regular starter and a fan favorite due to his impressive performances and work ethic. Saka's attributes, pace, dribbling ability, and keen eye for goal have made him a vital asset for Mikel Arteta's side. Over the past few seasons, he has consistently contributed goals and assists, often stepping up in crucial moments. His impact was further underscored when he played a pivotal role in Arsenal's return to the Champions League last season, helping the team secure a top-4 finish in the Premier League last season. Importance of the contract renewal. The significance of Saka's new 5-year deal cannot be underestimated. In an era where football clubs frequently lose their best players to larger teams offering extravagant salaries, retaining a talent like Saka is a monumental achievement for Arsenal. This contract not only reflects the player's faith in the club's project, but also signifies Arsenal's commitment to nurturing homegrown talent. The deal sends a clear message to fans and potential signings that Arsenal aims for long-term success, establishing a stable foundation upon which to build a competitive side. Moreover, this contract extension aligns with Arsenal's strategy of investing in young players while increasing the team's overall quality. The Gunners have been methodically assembling a youthful squad filled with potential, making Saka a cornerstone of this new era. His extension offers reassurance to supporters who desire stability and success, especially in a league that has recently seen increased competition. A role model for future generations. Beyond the pitch, Saka's influence extends into the community and the academy. He embodies the values that Arsenal holds dear: hard work, humility, and a dedication to improvement. His journey resonates with young fans and aspiring footballers, encouraging them to pursue their dreams. Saka's rise serves as a reminder that opportunity can transform talent into stardom, especially for players nurtured within the club's ranks. Following the announcement of his new contract, Saka expressed his delight in continuing his journey with Arsenal, stating, "This club means everything to me. It is where I grew up and where I want to achieve my dreams. I can't wait to continue working hard and contributing to the team's success." His passion for the club is evident, and such sentiments will only help foster a thriving environment for the young athletes waiting in the wings. The road ahead. With Saka now committed for the next 5 years, the focus shifts to the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead for both him and Arsenal. As Mikel Arteta continues to shape the squad, Saka's role could further evolve, possibly transitioning into a leadership position as he gains more experience. Expectations will be high, especially with the Gunners competing on multiple fronts, including the Premier League and European competitions. In conclusion, Bukayo Saka's new 5-year deal represents a significant milestone for the player and Arsenal Football Club alike. It not only solidifies Saka's future at the club, but also marks a promising chapter in Arsenal's quest for glory. With youth, ambition, and loyalty at the forefront, the Gunners appear poised for an exciting era, with Saka leading the charge. Arsenal eye move to sign Newcastle's Valentino Livramento. Arsenal are reportedly planning to make a move to sign Newcastle United defender Valentino Livramento, per The Sun. The Gunners currently have Jurriën Timber and Ben White as right-back options. However, White has struggled with fitness problems since last season. As a result, Timber has been taking on enormous workloads. On the other hand, Riccardo Calafiori, Piero Hincapié, and Miles Lewis-Skelly are the left-back options Mikel Arteta has at his disposal at the moment. However, Calafiori has been out injured in recent matches, while Hincapié sustained an issue against Liverpool on Thursday and was substituted early in the second half. Lewis-Skelly, meanwhile, has struggled thus far this season, so the Sun report that Arsenal are planning to reinforce the fullback position and have identified Livramante, who is comfortable on either side, as a serious option. Arsenal will have to overcome stiff competition to sign Livramante, as Manchester City are also keen on him, with Pep Guardiola looking to finally replace Kyle Walker. Newcastle wanted around £60 million to let him leave last year, and it remains to be seen how much they want to sell him this year, with his existing deal set to run until 2028. Livramante to Arsenal. The report claimed that Eddie Howe has no intention of parting ways with one of his key players, with the Maggots prioritizing tying him down to a fresh term. Having splashed big money last summer, the Gunners can't afford to invest big in this winter transfer window and can only manage to seal a marquee acquisition like this one at the end of this season. Livramante has enjoyed great success since moving to St. James's Park from Southampton, winning the EFL Cup last term. Moreover, he has played in the Champions League for 2 seasons. He is quick, strong, and efficient in defensive contributions. However, he has had a few injury problems in recent months. Nevertheless, the 23-year-old is a Premier League proven player and would be a great coup for Arsenal should they purchase him. However, it is going to be interesting to see whether the North London club eventually make a concrete approach to secure his services.